A Victim Bites Back was started back in November last year and was meant to be a record of my trip all the way down to the south of Morocco in Marrakesh and then back up through Spain and France and returning to London. It was meant to be about 13 shows long and contained travel bits and information plus my opinions and thoughts about the world in general. Well, it seems to have grown since then, and I'm here happily in my little hotel in the south of France where I love swimming, even though I like going down to the beach and looking at the people passing by. I still most of all prefer it in the peace and quiet about 5 minutes drive away from the beach, in the middle of all the trees and everything else, where I can swim in the freshwater pool and I can smell all the beautiful smells, the lavender and the jasmine and all the scents that you get around here, which I absolutely love. However, I've noticed that A Victim Bites Back seems to be stalling at just a few thousand views every week. Is it worth me continuing it? I don't really think so. I reckon we'll go up to possibly about show number 50, by which time I should be back in London, away from these wonderful old rocks that were 2,000 years old in the grounds and the buildings all around my hotel, and back in sensible London. However, if you would like me to continue with my waffling opinions, can you A, spread the word, and B, let me know about your views for A Victim Bites Back? Transgender issue, I've really not talked about that much, probably because I think it's yet another of the trivial, unimportant, small items that the media has blown into an enormous, ludicrous topic, and which has caused the most extraordinary agony, deaths, pain and worries when it really need not have done. The whole thing has been going on for years, of course. Way back in the 60s, we used to call trans-sex people hermaphrodites. Actually, that was a completely wrong name for what a hermaphrodite is. But it summed up the fact that there are people who are born, a small percentage of people who are born, who with neither male nor female organs or a little bit of both or whatever. They are hermaphrodites, except they're not hermaphrodites, sorry. It's a wrong word to use. But they are trans-sex. But it's been sort of broadened into being people who feel they are more feminine than masculine when they're born masculine, or the other way round, or whatever. Now, this is ridiculous. The whole thing is stupid, as so many things are stupid. Like Brexit was stupid, COVID was stupid, everything often is stupid, and the main really important things are ignored. The reason it's stupid is because we are all human beings, slightly feminine, slightly masculine. In my belief, everybody has a percentage of both inside them. We're not talking physically here, though that is a separate situation which ought to be discussed separately. But mentally, emotionally, and in every other way, we all have bits of both masculine and feminine sides to us. Likewise, we all have sexual desires and feelings that are part masculine, part feminine, or whatever. Funnily enough, most of my lovers who are male lovers are the most heterosexual young men I've ever met. And they're basically 95% heterosexual and only 5% gay or homosexual, and they're actually rather intrigued by the thought of that 5%, and are perfectly happy in many cases to indulge in that 5% with just one person, me. And I really like that. I like the fact that's why most of my male lovers have been 95% heterosexual, because I like feeling I'm the one male person that they find themselves physically attracted to and emotionally attracted to. Anyway, getting back to the transgender issue, we had this years ago in the 60s, if you remember, and then in the early 70s, people actually, perfectly heterosexual people like David Bowie and Mark Bolan and so many others, used to wear makeup and glitter and all the rest of it. Gary Glitter was another one. To appeal to the androgyny of the world, the fact that young males can look like females and young females can often look like males. In fact, I often used to tell Sam Fox, who was my girlfriend in the 80s and 90s, that one of the most attractive things about her was she actually looked like a boy in many ways, and she was always amazed because everybody else always fancied her and lusted after her because she had enormous breasts, and I always said that was one of the least attractive things about her, in my opinion. Mainly, she had a very pretty face, she had a very sweet personality, and she had a nice body that was really quite boyish and tomboyish in many ways. Anyway, we covered it then, and what we said was, look, tolerance, decency, kindness at all times. If people feel they're more feminine than masculine or whatever, they should be allowed to say whatever they want and feel whatever they want. The problem comes when two things happen. One, when they decide they want to change their gender, and that's often by mutilation of some kind, having something lopped off or something added on or whatever. And that, to me, is insane. But if they want to do it, it's up to them. But I think it's really not needed. It's more an emotional thing, and people could say, look, in many ways I have feminine feelings, or in many ways I have masculine feelings. That's one reason why some of my early tracks will have such appeal to the gay community. One in the late 60s was a track called Gay Girl, which I've played to you before, but it was a huge hit, especially in all the lesbian clubs, who absolutely adored it. This was long before anybody in music sang about sexuality. It was all about love and romance in those days. Gay Girl was the B-side of one of my releases, but it got played in the clubs like there is no tomorrow. I'm still rather proud of it.
Gay girl, you are such a gay girl. You are such a high-flying, good-looking, groovy-moving, hippie-flippy gay girl. Saw you, met you, asked you for a date that night, said you really might come with me. Held you, loved you, flippy gay girl. Gay girl, you are such a gay girl. You are such a high-flying, good-looking, groovy-moving, hippie-flippy gay girl.
So, as the transgender issue goes on, my thoughts are, yes, decency, kindness, tolerance, appreciation, looking after people, helping people, yes. No, as far as men using women's toilets, pretending they're women, or men in women's sports pretending they're women. It's just ridiculous. And it's about time somebody said, hey, this is crazy. But also, when people say it, like JKRowling, who was a great heroine of mine, actually, I love her books, but when she dared say it, she got crucified by the extreme trans lot, who said, oh, she's evil, wicked, stop reading Harry Potter books and all the rest of it. That sort of element of humanity, which has exploded this century, it's all part of Me Too and everything else, right, is really bad, and is actually a real indication that this whole thing is not trivial. The various elements of it are trivial, but the actual overwhelming thing, this narrow-minded superficialization of building things up into incredible hate or love or whatever, that's what's really ruining humanity, and I think will destroy humanity. of course, every kind of fabulous foods in the south of France. Funnily enough, my favourite Indian restaurant in the world is in Valbonne in the south of France. I love having great meals in great restaurants, and I enjoy going out, being on the beach, and all sorts of things. It's always wonderful being here. Looking back a couple of weeks, Glastonbury, I thought my old friend Cat Stevens actually completely won the Glastonbury contest with a fantastic set, including his song Wild World. A few years ago, when the Pet Shop Boys had a huge hit called It's a Sin, I commented that I thought it resembled Cat Stevens' song Wild World. So for your enjoyment today, I thought rather than finish the show with my Entertainment USA Victims theme, I'd finish it with my version of Wild World, done a la Pet Shop Boys It's a Sin. See you next episode.